Welcome to my channel. My name is Steven. Here in front of me we have a Stihl MS311 chainsaw. This particular unit has a 20-inch bar. This is my personal chainsaw. I use it commercially with my business, landscaping business. We do tree work and a lot of different jobs. I'm just wanted to talk to you because there weren't too many videos, in-depth videos, about the review on this particular saw. This particular saw puts out 59 cc's of engine power. This is a 20-inch bar. You can get any size bar for it, although Stihl recommends up to a 20-inch bar. This saw runs this 20-inch bar with no problem. It doesn't bog down. I never had any problems with it. I've had this saw for about a year. I've made some good money with it. Some of the things I like about this saw, it always starts up very easily. The starting procedure is pretty simple once you get used to it. To pull the cord to start it is pretty easy. I never had a problem. But I will go into a little in-depth features with you guys. So I have the 20-inch bar on here. If you look at the front of the unit, here it is, you actually have spikes. And the spikes are right here in front of the chain. I don't know if you can see that. I'll bring it closer. Those spikes help dig into the bark of a tree and lets you pivot. It works very, very well. So you have the muffler, the exhaust on the front. On the side here, you have the bar and chain oil reservoir. In the rear, you have the fuel tank, model MS311. You have the pull start. On the back side, you have the controls for starting, which is choke. You have the run position to stop. You have the throttle trigger and the safety trigger. This model has an anti-vibration feature in it, so most of the vibration actually stays inside the engine and the bar. It doesn't actually make it to your hands. I don't know if you can see that move. That's the anti-vibration system. You have the chain brake, which on Stihl is always a solid lockup. You can tell. It clicks again. You don't have to be fragile with these saws. I know some of the inexpensive homeowner saws from different brands you have to be careful with, but you could pry on these things and they are very solid and durable. Chainsaws, sometimes you get little accidents that happen. It may be bumped around, or I use this on my trailer all the time, how I carry it around, so it does get shaken and it doesn't really get beat up or anything. So I'll flip it around. This model comes with a decompression mechanism, which is right here. You push this in, it's going to make sure that there's no compression in the engine, so when you go to start it, it's pretty easy. There is no primer on this unit. This is considered a farm and ranch saw, not a professional saw, although I use it in a contract, for my business, and it's never given me an issue. I know that professional saws, a lot of times they have a little dial where you could take off the air filter housing. This one, you cannot do that with a screw. You actually need tools. So you take your scrunch, which is I believe what they call it. You can take out the spark plug. You could take off the cover for the bar and chain with this, and it also lets you take off the 3 screws that hold on the cover for the actual air filter. And you could do that very simply by putting it in and turning it, and there's 3, and taking the air filter cover off. This model is very sturdy. The power to weight ratio, some people complain about. They say it's powerful, but it's heavy. There are models out there that are lighter and offer a little more power, different brands, but I am very, very pleased with this model. Right now, I could start it up I haven't changed the spark plug or tuned it up, so I can do that right now for you. I'm not sure how fast it's going to start up, but we can give it a real world test. Let me make sure nothing's in the way. Chain brake is on. So we are going to set the choke into the starting position. Decompression is already there, so we don't have to worry about that. I know this isn't the proper way to start it, but for the quick and dirty review, this is what I will do. So let's see if we can start it up. So that is the Stihl MS311 chainsaw. If anybody is thinking about buying one, I would definitely recommend it. It's good in the commercial business, it's good for a homeowner, it's good for anybody. It does have the spikes. There's actually 5 spikes. They're very sharp. When cutting a tree, it helps you, a tree or wood, it actually lets you get in there and pivot, and you're able to turn the saw up or down and pivot and get a good cut on that. That's one of the features it has. But as you can see, I need to do a little tune-up on it. Don't be discouraged to buy it. I put this thing through many hours of use and haven't done much maintenance at all on it. It needs a fuel filter, air filter, and a new spark plug. But you saw how it started up. So if you have any questions, just leave it in the comments. Thanks.